Hello, my name's Ari Salomon. I'm here to give you a tour of my exhibition, Burn Line. We are in the Noga Hotel in their meditation room, and this exhibition is part of the Kyotography KG+ Festival. It opens tomorrow, April 18th, 2026, and it goes till May 17th. It's also part of the Gojo Plus Festival, which is sort of a festival in a festival, and it's the winner of their award, Gojo Plus Award. So my work is all about the LA wildfires, and I will start by talking about the large photos here, which are in the sort of windows of the house. So these large photos are pictures I took in Pacific Palisades and Altadena and Malibu, and they're pictures taken over the whole year after the big fires in January of 2025. So it's been more than a year. This one is from Malibu, and this house has some text here. It says no remove, so they on purpose left some of the ruins of their house. This one shows a metal balcony structure. Only the metal survived, the whole house behind it burned. So I had a few friends who were affected by the fires, and I wanted to make some work that responded to the loss that they experienced. Let me start with a simple example. So my friend Emmy lost her home in Altadena, and I asked her to give me a picture of some object that was lost, some personal possession that had meaning to her. So she gave me this photograph of shoes, and there's a brief story, and she talks about the history of these particular shoes that she had customized. And what I did is simplify the image, edited it in a special way so I could engrave it into wood using a CNC router. And then the wood, I burned it. I put it in a metal box and I burned it so that it turns into charcoal. That way this object that's a memory of the fire gets transformed by fire again into this memento mori kind of object. So this is a couch from her house, and this is another couch, and the story behind these has to do with how this couch was one that she had made the cushions for, and then this couch, her boyfriend Joe, who they had just moved in together pretty recently, he had a story about how he got a good deal on this couch. So each one of these objects has a personal story behind it. This one is a bird, it's a peace dove. It's a small portion it's a photograph of the arch doors of a synagogue. So the synagogue in Pacific Palisades, and you can see Hebrew writing on here. So it had the words, this says Naphtali. Naphtali was one of the 12 tribes of Israel. So this is a small piece of a stained glass doors of the ark of a synagogue, meaning the part of a synagogue that in the front that holds the Torah scrolls. And this is the stained glass flower pattern, so it's like a tree image. This is the central trunk of the tree. Anyway, so you just see a little bit of it, and it all burned down. In fact, from that Pasadena temple, this is also from there. This is a picture of a peacock that there's lots of peacocks in Altadena and Pasadena just running around wild, and this is a photograph of a peacock just on the front stairs of their building. So I decided to make a house because this project is really about people losing their homes, and I wanted to make a response to that, to make an artwork that addressed that and built a structure, a conceptual structure that would help people heal from the trauma of losing their homes, losing the objects in their homes. I included 3 different ritual objects. So this is what's left of a Shinto ceremony that we just had this afternoon. And the ceremony is about, it's the kind of ceremony that one would have when having a new house. And it's about it's about purifying and protecting the house. And this is a shin, so this is the letter that's represented on a Jewish mezuzah, and that would be where on the doorway a mezuzah would be. So again, it's the idea of well-wishing and building good vibes. And this up here is another kind of ritual, a European ritual called topping out. So when people would build homes, they would, as soon as they reach the highest level, they would tie a piece of greenery or a sapling or a branch as again, a well-wishing for a new structure. And there's many different versions of that ceremony. And finally, the other piece I made is called Save Spirits. So these are 2 photographs of objects on the ground. So I liked the idea of having them low on the ground. And I think of this kind of as the garden in front of the house, kind of transition space between the outdoors and the indoors. So this photograph is a tree stump, and I found in Altadena, and it says save on it because somebody wanted to make sure that in the debris removal, this tree stump was not removed. And this one, Spirits, written backwards because it's the sign from a liquor store in Altadena, and the sign had fallen on the ground. So the sign referred to alcohol spirits, but for me, these 2 together, which is one piece that I call Save Spirits, becomes a kind of hopeful poetry about healing from the effects of the fire. And I include some charcoal that you saw there and also over here. And I'll mention this piece is part of the meditation room. And the way it works is you put some water inside here, and then it seeps through this top chamber and into this chamber. And this chamber is designed to amplify the noise of the dripping. So one of the meditations they do here in this room is to listen to the dripping of the water. I don't hear it right now. Maybe it needs a little bit more water. Oh, there it is. It's very quiet. I didn't put a lot of water in there, but I can hear it. So I put a little bit of the charcoal, some pieces of Pyrotypes that did not work out, because I feel they speak to this handmade, rough, distressed texture and this contrast between the water and the fire. Okay, there's a few, if you come to the exhibition, make sure to look at the handout here, because there's a short story here in English and Japanese for each one of the Pyrotypes. so you can learn about the story behind it, which is an important part of the whole exhibition. All right, thanks for watching.